Hello, I'm Hal Lublin.
And I'm Mark Gagliardi.
Since the dawn of humanity, one issue has gone unsettled. With the fate of the world in the balance, we're here to settle, once and for all.
Best Autumnal Sound.
That's right. Don't worry, everyone. We got this.
Podcasts should have a theme song. Podcasts should not have a theme song. Yes, they should. No, they shouldn't. They sound good. Yeah, but people are just going to skip past it. You know what? You're right. We got this.
What kind of Lifetime movies are you watching?
I'm watching the Lifetime movies that are narrated by Wilford Brimley, by Canadian versions of Wilford Brimley, because you can't get Wilford Brimley. Hal is asking because Ken said, okay, now Gags, you do one and make it sound like a Hallmark movie, which I didn't know what to do because in the Hallmark movies, they're not usually narrated.
No, usually not. There's like one character generally who's like an angel or something.
Yeah.
Who can break the fourth wall. In general, nobody else does.
They're the Santa surrogate whose name is always Nick or Chris K.
Yeah. I'm Nicholas Kringleman.
Mr. Kringleman. Oh, right this way. We have your table. Well, we're talking about Hallmark movies, Hal. It's the season, it's the fall, it's the autumn, if you will. And we are here to celebrate that. We are celebrating the fall. But Hal, lest you think I don't look at the Discord, this question was submitted by Shelley Godefrin.
Yep.
The Shelley Godefrin question that was submitted, I'm going with the original question as submitted. The Shelley Godefrin question was best fall sound. I read through the comments. I saw what was happening. So we've got some autumnal sounds to talk about.
Hold on.
But then we're going to, hold on, hang on. Then we're going to have, hang on.
Shelley.
Then we're going to have to determine between the Wilhelm scream and the goofy yowl, because I believe those are the two best fall sounds, maybe the slide whistle. And then we're going to have to determine the best fall sound among autumnal sounds and fall sounds, Hal.
No, hold on. I need to talk to Shelley.
Don't you know me?
I need to talk to Shelley.
Okay, talk to Shelley.
Shelley, what the are you doing? You know you can't dangle a shiny piece of tinfoil in a lake full of fish, because all the fish are going to come over and they'll see it. Don't dangle. I know you left it open, but also Wapuchi, I believe, or Wapoosh, said best autumnal sound.
Okay, hang on a second. Let me talk to Wapoosh for a second. Hold on. I need to talk to Wapoosh for a second. Hey, Wapoosh or Wapooche, I don't know how you pronounce it. I appreciate you wanting to get clarification, but we're answering Shelley Godefrin's question today of best fall sound, which means we're going to have to pick between both. I'm not turning off this episode until we determine both of these, Hal.
We both said.
You knew because you knew. No, Hal, listen. You knew going into this what Shelley asked. You tried to keep it from me. You didn't even tell me this week like you always say, hey, you should go to the Discord. This week, I didn't get the, hey, you should go to the Discord message. Why? Because you knew that Shelley Godefrin, hang on, Hal, let me talk to Shelley for a second.
Okay. All right.
Shelley, thank you for this. Okay, back to me and Hal both. You can start listening again, Hal.
Okay, cool.
That was the question that was asked.
Real quick?
Yeah.
Wapoosh. Listen, are you a whip sound? Are you a human whip sound? Wapoosh. Anyway, I know you submitted best autumnal sound. And at the beginning of this episode, you heard best autumnal sound read by Mark. Best fall sound, I agree, is a separate category and one we're not dealing with today because it deserves its own episode. Why would we, why would we combine two episodes when we can get two episodes out of two very separate things? Shelley, come here for a second. Let me pat you in. Shelley.
Hey, Shelley, don't listen to Hal. Shelley, come over here. Come here for a second. Shelley, over here. Shelley, over here. Get images. Over here, please. Can we get a smile? Shelley, over here.
Shelley, I have a playbill, Shelley.
Listen.
I have a playbill, Shelley. I know you work for equity.
Do not listen to Hal on this. We are going to determine both, as you asked us to do. Hal, we're wasting a lot of time right now that we could be spending talking about the different kinds of fall sounds.
Okay, great. Do you want the best fall sound? There's really only one.
No, there's three to choose from.
One is the Wilhelm scream.
Whichever one we pick is going to have to go up against the best autumnal sound. One is the Wilhelm scream.
Wilhelm scream,
One
yes.
is the bomb / slide whistle / falling tone.
Okay. Sure.
And bonus points if it has just the tiniest little so far away splat at the bottom. Yeah. When there's no like real earth shattering anything, you just see Wile E. Coyote's teeny tiny little Cheerio ring of a fall splat.
Those hurt the most.
Because he fell so far. He fell so far from where the camera was put.
His bones are powder.
So we have those two. And then, of course, the Wilhelm scream featured in countless movies.
Yes. You know who is the man responsible for the Wilhelm scream, right?
Wilhelm. Kaiser Wilhelm.
Sheb Wooley is the person whose scream has been recorded, and you may know him better for his hit novelty song, Flying Purple People Eater.
Really? That's the Wilhelm scream?
Same
Is there
guy.
a Wilhelm scream in that song?
No, the Wilhelm scream, I think, was for a sound effects record.
Can you give me your best Wilhelm scream off the cuff? Let me
back up off the mic. Yeah, you use my mic technique.
I'm going to do it too.
All right, here we go.
Oh,
that one's
good.
mine. That was Hal. And now go ahead, Mark.
Mine sounded a little Tarzanish.
It was a little Tarzan.
It was a little Tarzana. That's literally halfway between where you are and where I am right now is Tarzana, by the way.
That's right. You said there were 3 different noises. You said Wilhelm scream, then you did slide whistle, but then you went back to Wilhelm scream. Does that mean Wilhelm scream is the winner because it's mentioned twice?
I didn't know that I forgot that I didn't go to the third.
Well, your brain latched onto this bone like a hungry dog.
Yeah, it did. And I didn't know what to do with it once I got it. No, the third one is the Goofy scream. The famous, made famous in every.
Yeah. That one?
Yeah.
Do yours. Okay.
Now do yours. Am I adding an extra syllable both times?
I mean, either
or are you
am I not adding
syllabizing?
Hey, Shelley, which one of us is doing the right number of syllables?
Hey, Shelley. I also have that same question. So I guess we can both talk to you at the same time now.
Listen to both of us.
Yeah. Also, Shelley, is it weird that the podcast that you're listening to right now is talking to you directly?
I feel like she feels like we're always talking to her. I know she talks to us afterwards and tells us what we got wrong.
Exactly. And I love that.
This is when she goes, it's actually shell high. You dopes.
There was another one that I saw in there, another great fall sound, because this is not the fall sound so much as the land sound, which is the swipe and wham of Lucy pulling the football out from underneath Charlie Brown. The wham that causes the entirety of the picture to vertically shake.
Yeah, that's impact. I feel like that's with a fall. I think you're right. It's the act of actually falling. And there are only 3 real choices there.
Yeah. 2 made by the voices of the faller and one made, there may actually only be one fall sound. It's not the sound of the person falling or the character falling. It's the sound of the fall itself, which is the descending bomb sound.
Right. Yeah. The slide whistle.
Yeah.
I would disqualify the Goofy one only because Goofy's the only one who does it.
But the Flying Purple People Eater is the only one who does the Wilhelm scream, though he does it through the mouths of countless characters.
Exactly. It's used for a number of people. It's used for stormtroopers, thuggy, cultists, people in a lot of the work of Lucas and Spielberg and beyond.
Yeah.
It's used sort of all over. It's become, you wait for it. If you're seeing an Indiana Jones movie, you're just waiting to hear the Wilhelm scream at this point. You've been conditioned. Star Wars as well. You kind of need to hear it in there somewhere. I mean, if you want to go for what is the sound of a fall, you would probably do the slide whistle because that is used in cartoons the most. The Wilhelm scream is used in movies that all of us go see, adults and children side by side. We all watch the cartoons too. Why am I gatekeeping cartoons for just children? Know. Who am I?
Yeah, no, cartoons are for grown-ups too, man.
Yeah, do you know how many animation stuffed gorillas I own? You've seen them, the pile of stuffed gorillas in my home.
Dude, my TikTok has been feeding me so much gorilla content this week. I don't know why it is, but boy, is it fun. Nothing is ever going to beat the gorilla surprising herself with a fart.
Yeah.
My all-time favorite.
Get to the gorillas. It's Gorilla Ticks is the account. And there's one that she has like a little growth on her chin. It's like it's a benign tumor. And she's always just eating and enjoying her food. It's like close-ups and the eyes are really clear. And they're just sort of like, not really looking at camera. They're just sort of looking around and contemplating life as they eat a head of lettuce or a pear.
Oh, the best.
I love it.
The one that came across my feed was gorilla parents not wanting their gorilla kids to see them crack up at something that they just did. So the baby gorilla would do something funny. The parent would start laughing and the baby gorilla would turn around and the parent would put on a straight face. And you would be surprised how often that happens. Yeah. Gorillas are just like us. They're just like us. Oh, yeah. I have to maintain control. I am the silverback. I can't think that my kid falling over was funny. But what sound did that kid make when that kid fell over? That gorilla kid. The Wilhelm scream?
I think so. Because it works if you fall a short distance or a long distance.
Yeah. I feel like gorillas get the Wilhelm scream. Pandas get the slide whistle.
Because they like sort of slink down there.
Yeah.
I think it's the Wilhelm scream.
Is it the Wilhelm scream?
Yeah.
I guess it's the best fall sound, not the most fall sound. All right. So it's the Wilhelm scream that's going to go up against the best autumnal sound.
That's asked and answered, Shelley. Let's take a break. Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's take a break. We've established the Wilhelm scream. We've talked to both Webuge and we've talked to Shellhai. And now we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back.
It sounded like you said those
best
backwards.
Autumnal sound. Did I?
Yeah. You may have will determine the best autumnal sound.
During the break, find out if that gum you like is coming back into style.
It's so dumb.
Now everybody knows that The Greatest Generation has always been Max Fun's go-to podcast for old Star Trek recaps. But what my theory presupposes is, what if it isn't? In a shocking turn of events, Greatest Trek, the comedy podcast covering new Trek, has gone through a temporal wormhole back to the very beginning.
Because we are now reviewing Star Trek The Original Series. That means when you subscribe now, you'll get episode-by-episode recaps of all the 1960s style action and intrigue, along with all the jokes and fun that make Greatest Gen and Greatest Trek the #1 Star Trek podcasts out there. Subscribe now to Greatest Trek on MaximumFun.org.
Hey gang, it's Jesse Thorne, host of Bullseye with Jesse Thorne. We are ringing in 25 years of Bullseye this fall. That's right, listener, 25 years. I started the show in my dorm room at UC Santa Cruz. What does that mean for you? Well, we'll have a whole month of special shows, new and old, for one thing. We are putting on live shows in Los Angeles, New York, and Santa Cruz. Got guests like Adam Scott, Roy Wood Jr., and Rebecca Sugar, just to name a few. And on October 9th, I will interview 25 people in a row. You can watch that live and streaming on our YouTube channel. I hope you'll plan on celebrating with us. That's MaximumFun.org/events. Thanks.
Hey, before we get to our next decision, we were talking before the break about that backwards talking that you invoked from Twin Peaks, basically, which terrified me when I was like 12, 13, 14.
Honestly, I didn't know I was doing Twin Peaks.
Well, that was like a David Lynch thing for the Black Lodge. All the weird dream stuff was he would have people record their lines backwards and then he would reverse the film. So they're talking forwards, but everything sounds like this.
Oh, I love that. It sounds like David Lynch.
People are creating. That's exactly what he
Actually, no, it sounds like Werner Herzog. David Lynch makes you talk backwards, so you sound like Werner Herzog.
That's right. He's creating a Werner Herzog verse. But there is a trend of people doing that on Instagram, and I assume TikTok as well. Most people are posting to both places where they record themselves speaking backwards and then reverse the film. And it still terrifies me. I watch it and I expect to see Killer Bob at the foot of the bed.
I remember, did you see the version
scary
in Top Secret? Do you remember that scene in Top Secret?
Yes.
Based on the notion that Swedish sounds like backwards English.
It's Swedish. That's right.
So they go to the Swedish bookshop and it's just, they shoot the whole scene backwards. So yep. And
it also has the great visual bit of the guy holding the magnifying glass up to his eye. And then when he takes it away, his eye is huge on his face.
So many great bits in that. Did you see the new Naked Gun?
I did see it.
Did we talk about this? I loved it. I love the new Naked Gun. I love Zucker Brothers movies going back to the time I was a kid. I mean, I went to college there. UCLA. Of course I see LA. I live here. It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Really like good joke density. I laughed out loud multiple times.
Anyway, we're talking about autumnal sounds. I have a couple of different categories of autumnal sounds that I would love to tackle. And then maybe we pull one from each of these. We see if there's one that rises to the top. But I think there are a few different notions of what an autumnal sound is. I think, yes, there are, of course, the nature sounds of fall. There are, however, other sounds in the autumn to think about, and those would be, I think, specifically sports sounds and event sounds, event/holiday sounds. So why don't we start with you picking between nature sounds, holidays and events, or sports sounds? Sports. All right. I mean, the two big sports happening, it's the end of baseball and the beginning of football.
Yes.
We've got your school's fight song. I'm just going to start throwing them out there. You can bounce back and forth with me. We'll go back and forth throwing out sports sounds of the autumn. Your school's fight song.
Okay. Bryce Harper's home run in Game 5 against the Padres in the NLCS, where he went opposite field, and they went, Bryce Harper with the swing of a lifetime, to send the Phillies to the World Series, which they lost in 6 games.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I have postseason home run written down.
Okay.
And then the only other one I could think of was a sports intro.
Oh,
like when you hear for the first time of the season here.
Austin Peay University.
No, but that's amazing. I wish I went to Austin Peay. Great music school.
Yeah.
No, the first time in the fall when you hear ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum, boom, ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum, boom.
Yeah.
When you know that football season has begun. But I think it's going to come down to, I think there's a lot of great football sounds. There's the whistle. There's the sound of a play happening. Most importantly, there's the touchdown sounds of a crowd.
Crowd cheering.
I would argue that crowd noise you get all summer in baseball. So it's not distinctly autumnal. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it extends just like baseball. Yes, the World Series is happening in the fall, but it's a spring and summer sport, and into fall as well. Basketball starts in October and November. A lot of teams will be in their preseason and training camps at the end of this month, it being mid-September right now. So I do have another sports one, though.
Oh, okay.
All right. Bryson Stott coming up to bat against I think it might have been Florida. They were in Philadelphia, and he has this walk-up song, and the entire stadium sings the walk-up song, sings along to it. And then he steps into the batter's box, takes the first pitch over the right field wall for a grand slam. The stadium shakes with the collective cheer of Philadelphia. Again, that year, I believe we lost in the NLCS to the Diamondbacks in 7 games.
Jeez. So that's 2 votes for postseason home run.
Postseason home runs are great. I don't think a sports sound is the ultimate autumnal sound because there are a lot of people who don't like sports.
That's true. I'm going to throw one out there, though, that is not specifically a sports sound. We've already mentioned it, sort of. But I think that it's one thing that baseball doesn't have that the autumn sports and the winter sports that are beginning do have. It is not just for sports. Music is for everyone, Hal. And the sound of a marching band lets me know that fall has arrived.
Also very college sports. You have to be way into college sports. I'm not a huge college sports dude, so I like the sound of a college marching band. I think it's cool. They're very good. When I was a freshman at Syracuse, the drum line practiced basically outside my window, which is kind of neat to hear them drum.
Okay.
I mean, it was bad in terms of sleeping, but also cool to hear them all drumming. And I was like, oh, I wish I could drum. I'm not a drummer. I don't know how to drum. Not like that.
And I grew up in East Tennessee, where in Knoxville, football is John Ward saying, it's football time in Tennessee. And then hearing the Pride of the Southland Marching Band play Rocky Top means that TV season has begun.
Sure.
Because we never had a pro team growing up.
I think that's a bit too subjective because I think the ultimate fall sound is going to come from nature ultimately.
You think so?
Because that's what autumn represents. The changing of the leaves, the trees go bare. There are cold breezes everywhere. Like there's a part of, I guess it's with the exception of winter, where if you get snowfall, it sort of mutes everything. If you tune into the change of a season, the thing that grabs you is the sounds of nature become amplified. So if you're outside taking a walk and it's fall, or for us being in Southern California, we don't really get a proper fall. If you go somewhere where it is fall, all of a sudden you tune into everything environmentally that's different. And you kind of hold on to that. And if you grew up somewhere that had a fall, you're transported back. I think the best sound transports you to fall. And I think of sports sound, like the stuff I was bringing up, obviously a joke, but also
Right.
Very exciting for me and takes me back to watching those games, which happened in the fall, but it's not. None of those are the best. None of those beat the sound of rustling leaves from a sharp autumn breeze. No sports thing. I don't mean every sound, but no sports thing.
Yeah. I guess the leaves being the different thing for me, because yes, there are a lot of them. Like there are a lot of sounds that get lumped in as associated with the fall, but I feel like they're not necessarily fall sounds. You know what I mean? Where someone's like, oh, you know, my favorite fall sound, rain. I'm like, well, I mean, I get it. I like the sound of rain also, but
yeah,
it's not September showers bring November flowers. You know what I mean? Like, so some of these, I think the one that is like wind rustling in a tree can happen year round. That feels like a nature sound. It doesn't feel like an autumnal sound. The crackling of leaves is the one that feels out of this category. It feels to me like that's gotta be because it's the one that's distinctly fall. You know what I mean? Maybe that crunch of the first frost, if you live in the Pacific Northeast, or not Pacific Northeast, there's no Pacific Northeast here. In the
Pacific Northeast, keep going.
The Pacific Northeast. If you live in the Northeast.
Seattle, Maine.
Yeah, exactly. You get it. Mm-hmm. And your first frost is something that happens in the fall. That's not something that we ever dealt with really, because the first frost wouldn't happen until, December. So I guess like that sort of like snap, that feel, that crunch of fall, like that is a thing. And I feel like that crunches, if I'm somewhere that gets cold early, that crunches the crunch of just the ground and whatever frost has happened. If I'm anywhere else in the fall, that crunches the sound of leaves under my feet.
Yeah,
so I think it's going to be the sound of leaves doing something. I don't know if it's going to be the sound of leaves getting raked, the sound of leaves cracking under your feet, the sound of leaves getting jumped into in pile form. What version of leaves do we want?
I think autumn is the sound of the leaves crunching under your feet as you walk.
Yeah.
Whether you're walking through the grass and you can shuffle your feet, you hear the but really it's that listen how good I do it.
Wait, what happened? Did Goofy fall?
Yeah, he tripped on one wet leaf.
Oh gosh. Okay, let me try. I'm gonna see if I can do my
you go ahead.
Rustling leaf sound. That was rustling leaves.
Poor Russell.
Oh.
I'm Russell
so mad at you right now.
And I've fallen and hurt. I've fallen and I can't get up. But if you have too, call my law firm. Ingleaves Law. Ing leaves you with more cash after you settle.
So dumb.
I'd like to announce my retirement from podcasting. Clearly, I'm on the decline. I can't do it the way I used to. I'm Washington Wizards, Michael Jordan.
Wow.
Yeah. Toronto Raptors, Akeem Olajuwon. I'm Orlando Magic, Patrick Ewing. Anybody want any more 90s NBA stars on teams after they were great?
Oh, my gosh. You're Joey, Matt LeBlanc.
But then he had the upswing. He went back and had that show. I forget the name of it. Like a really good show on Showtime, I think, or Cinemax.
Oh, yes. What was that show that he had?
He was like nominated for awards for that show. He's a really good actor.
Yeah, I got no beef with him.
What are you looking up right now?
I'm looking up something that, I've got a thing for,
what are you looking up for our other record?
Yeah, for our other episode.
Wait. But what I love about this is that you and I both know at this point that the sound of leaves crunching under your feet is the best autumnal sound.
No, it's not. And here's what I was trying to find. Maybe I'll take 5 seconds and find this.
No, wait, please.
I think that, I bet we can make our own list and whittle it down enough, because we're forgetting about one set of autumnal sounds, Hal. Very people specific autumnal. Yeah, people drinking. People drinking beer in October.
Lattes.
Yeah.
They go, I love pumpkin spice. Put it on everything. This is my time of year. Or I'm a Halloween person.
That is where I was going. Hal, there are so many wonderful sounds at Halloween that if you were going to buy a holiday sound effect CD, that holiday would be Halloween. It is the sound effect holiday. Nobody's making an album of Halloween songs. No, Foley is getting in there and making an album of Halloween sound effects. I think the best of the Halloween sound effects might be able to go toe to toe with leaves crunching.
What's the best one?
That's what we have to determine.
Is that its own episode?
No, that's not its own episode.
Episodes in here?
This is not this is fall sounds. These are autumnal, my friend. These are autumnal.
All right. These are the two I would pick.
Mm-hmm.
Three. Okay. One of them is the witch's cackle. Like the,
oh, yeah.
Then the other one would be like the and then the other one would be the
oh, like the spooky ghost.
But maybe better than all of those, Mark?
What's that?
Is the one that's like made out of beepers that goes
yeah. Where you have like the witch hanging from a hook that just wiggles.
Yeah, with like light up eyes. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know what that is.
It's a terrifying, you know what it is? It's like I think they just took something, it was like an alarm. And they're like, just use that alarm that remember when we made that, hey, somebody's breaking into your house alarm? Why don't we, just pull those guts out and put it inside a witch they can hang from the tree out in front of their place and it'll wiggle around like a electric eel.
Yeah. She's doing a charo. She's doing a coochie. I'm like, I am scared, but not in the way you want me to be.
Yeah. The owl. The owl is another classic.
Does he do it too? Or the
yeah.
That one?
Yeah. That's always on the sound effects CD. Footsteps. Of
course.
All of these, all the great spooky sounds. Though, you know what, Hal?
Creaky door.
Creaky door is good. But creaky door doesn't make me immediately go fall.
This feels like its own episode. Listen to all the things we named.
Yeah. There's only one that actually crosses over, I think, the nature sounds of autumn, even though I did say before that it could happen at any time of year. The nature sounds of autumn and the 50 sound effects for your Halloween party CD available now.
Yeah.
The Venn diagram crosses over at wind whistling through trees.
Right. Can be scary.
The wind whistling through trees can be a beautiful morning, or it can be a spooky Halloween sound.
I always associate it with like to us fighting the British in the Revolutionary War and being like stuck on the Valley Forge, getting ready to cross the river and just writing a letter. You just hear,
dearest
Martha.
Yeah.
These junk ass teeth in my mouth stink so bad. Everybody smells it 2 tenths over.
I know who's writing this letter. Yeah, because in the American Adventure in Epcot, when it switches to the Valley Forge scene, what you hear is,
yeah. So it feels like winter to me too. It's scary, and I get it. Like with the right mood set, then it becomes scary. Like, is that a ghost? Is that a ghost breathing out? Is a ghost doing breath work in my home?
Yeah, it's the house that's doing breath work. That's why all of the trees are moving. Did you ever hear that great Dan Harmon story about when they wrote Monster House?
No.
That they pitched a bunch of stuff in this meeting and then they were like, what else you got? And they improvised a pitch where it's a haunted house, but the ghost is the house. Yeah, that's it. And that's the one that they bought. Isn't that great? So then they actually had to go write the movie Monster House.
Amazing.
Yeah. So do you think it's the leaves crunching underfoot?
I do think it's the leaves crunching underfoot. Much as I love all the sounds on a Halloween, I mean, nothing beats that cold witch. Somebody throw a jacket on her. No, she's that cold witch. She's cold, yeah.
Oh.
She got the shivers. Oh. She's like a scared chihuahua hanging from a tree.
Dude, our next door neighbors years ago, they had a pet chihuahua that, he would wear costumes, and not just for Halloween, but he did wear a Halloween costume. And his costumes were always just in the form of capes. Because these guys, I loved them. Cause it was this little chihuahua. He was like, our chihuahua's always cold. So we decided we would make him a bunch of hilarious capes. So obviously he had Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, all the classics. But he would have like national flags. He would have
flags.
Like he had the dog from Nightmare Before Christmas, just a little white sheet and a little.
Oh yeah, Zero.
It was very funny. Anyway, this feels like too short an episode, but
I think it's the right amount. I don't think we need to. People have been saying in our Discord, which I know you read as well as I do, That 30 to 45 minutes is kind of the sweet spot. I think we hit it.
All right. Well, then in that case, we want to look and see if there's any others that I wrote down that we may have. I don't want to give short shrift to anyone.
You know, there's a saying in the business world, Mark.
Yeah.
And it's don't sell past the close.
I don't know that we are close. That's the thing. I don't know if we've hit the close yet.
We're at the close.
We're not the seller. We're the buyer.
Episodes, by the way, is the show. Matt LeBlanc.
Episodes.
Thank you. Oh, and Ken added a wolf howl.
Wolf howl is so good. How is not the first one that we thought of? Good job, Plume.
It's really good.
So good.
It's not as scary as the.
But that is literally just the sound of a repurposed alarm stuffed into, you know what? Which make the greatest holiday decorations anyway. Repurpose something old and stuff it in a new costume.
Yeah.
But there is one I want to talk about that is a nature sound that does make me think of the fall.
Okay.
And it's actually an indoor sound and an outdoor nature sound.
Yeah.
A sound that nature itself is frequently responsible for making, and a sound that humans in the fall are frequently responsible for making.
Farts?
What's the time code right now? Okay, 34.
I retired. It's too late. You gotta give me, this is my farewell tour.
Because I just wanted, your face was so serious.
Oh, you're gonna make a video out of this?
Yeah, I need to start. Yeah, we're filming. That's why I put a backdrop up behind me. Yeah. And that is the fireplace crackle, or the crackle of firewood. That to me is a distinctly autumnal sound.
It definitely can be, especially if it's like if you're having like a bonfire. I always think of, I'm a big, like if Jennifer comes in, if I'm home and Jennifer gets home in the evening, I like to have, or she's been upstairs working or doing whatever, she's coming downstairs and it's the holidays. I will throw a Yule log video up on the TV and that's the sound. So I associate that very heavily with winter and Christmas.
Oh, so yeah, I guess some of these are like onset of winter sounds.
Right.
That bleed into the following. By the way, do you do just a regular Yule log, or do you turn on the Darth Vader Yule log? Have you seen this?
I have done the Darth Vader.
10 hours of burning Darth Vader.
That's a good one. The Arendelle Yule log on Disney Plus is pretty cool because Olaf runs through every once in a while.
It's so good.
I also love, there are a couple of YouTube channels that just show like a 1940s. It's like you're in bed and there is your parents are having a holiday party in the other room. So the video is like a 1930s or 40s cartoon of like a kid sleeping in bed. So you see like the stomach rising and falling, or it will be like an animated, like a dog, but vintage dog by the fireplace. And then you hear in the other room just these like very old versions of Christmas songs, like Christmas songs you probably have never heard or have only heard once and forgot.
Yeah.
That I love.
Like, oh yeah, the wassail anthem.
We pledge allegiance to the wassail of the United States of Christmas.
Oh, you know what? I would love to live in that country. The United States of Christmas. Are you kidding me? Place sounds amazing.
And then you hear somebody come in, they're like, oh, it's cold outside.
Oh my gosh, you made it over from Halloween Town.
My hair is spaghetti.
And my eyes are these peeled grapes. Why they're in a bowl with dozens of others, I'll never tell.
The rules of the party are everybody puts their eyes in the bowl at the beginning.
All right, Hal, bring us home. We know who the winner is.
People of the world, nothing says autumn like leaves crunching on the bottom of your shoes. That is the best autumnal sound. I'm retiring. You can't do anything.
You just retired in the moment.
I'm out of here. I've sensed my descent into rock bottom, and I'm drilling to see what's underneath all of the strata of rock. And guess what? Farts. Asked and answered.
Wow. You know what, Hal? You're proof that regardless of where rock bottom is, you can always go further and find the farts. Ridiculous.
I want to end my TED Talk by saying, I hope you can all find your farts in life, wherever they may be.
You know, I honestly think that it's not about the farts that you're reaching for. You know what I mean? It's about the farts that get you there.
I mean, the ones that happen when you reach over and they're involuntary and you're always in a room with other people and you're like, oop, and you hope everybody will think it's fun and like, please don't smell, please don't smell.
What do you mean when you reach over? Are you reaching over with your leg to grab things? Is that?
Sometimes you reach over and just bending. I don't like crouch to pick. I guess it doesn't matter anyway.
I'm picturing you with prehensile toes right now, just reaching off to the side to grab a pencil off of a desk and just cutting loose.
I'm hanging from the ceiling like Hank McCoy reading a book and I reach for something and what happens. It's nature. It's a sound in nature and both indoors and outdoors and humans make it. So there.
I read an article about Gen Z not thinking farts are funny anymore and it made me sad. And then it made me feel guilty for thinking farts are funny. And then it made me go, wait a minute, they are funny.
They are funny. We all agree.
Yeah.
They're just trying to act cool. They'll get older and they'll realize it's funny.
You know what? Oh, you don't think farts are funny? Grow up. Grow up. This topic is closed, but there are many more topics to discuss. So please reach out to us via email at wegotThisPodcast@gmail.com or
why don't you go to the social media? We're at We Got This Podcast there with the exception of Instagram where we are at We Got This Show. You should be subscribing to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@WeGotThisPodcast. You can also look up We Got This Podcast there. Subscribe. We do original stuff there. You can listen to old episodes if you like to do it that way. There's video content dating back to the first 3 months of our show existence. So you can go back and enjoy all that.
It's the Coca-Cola stuff.
No, that's way further. It's us both showing how we organize our socks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm the gallant. You're the goofus on that one, right?
I think so. I think you are the gallant on the goof. You're doing the more normal thing.
We take turns.
Sock puppets. Yeah. It's that we share. We share around here. Share and share alike.
Exactly.
Also, join our Discord, which is where we're getting pretty much all of our topics now. That's bit.ly/WGT Discord. You can also find the link to Discord pinned in our Facebook group, facebook.com/group/We Got This Podcast. We would love to have you there. Are there a group of people running? What are these people doing outside of the window? I thought they were exercising. They're just running from one door to the other. I don't know what's happening,
from
folks.
Something? What's going on, Hal? Do you have a Godzilla at your house?
I don't know. I can still see daylight, so their foot isn't anywhere nearby.
Okay.
Anyway, thanks to producer Ken Plume, researcher Kate McManus, graphic designer Uri Kelman, and QA engineer Jen Alba. That's the sound of me being frightened. All
right, which part did you just say?
You thank Jonathan
and thank you. And thanks, of course, to our musicians, Jonathan Dinerstein and Mike Furman, for our score and theme song, respectively. And thanks to you, the people of the world, for giving us a chance to sit here and goof around and talk about autumnal sounds and fall sounds. And real quick, Shelley and Wapouche, can I talk to you guys real quick for a second? Hey, thanks for the topics. This was really fun. Y'all are awesome, and you're a big part of this team. Okay, now I'm going to talk to the rest of the team. You guys are all a big part of this team. We wouldn't do it without you. We couldn't do it without you. And to you, we say, thank you, thank you, thank you. For Hal Lublin, I'm Mark Gagliardi.
For Mark Gagliardi, I'm Hal Lublin. And don't worry, everybody.
We got this.
We got this.
Maximum Fun,
a worker-owned network
of artist-owned shows supported
directly
by you.